I am a bit curious. Do these things work? Hello fellow Hunters of the Blue and welcome to my channel. This little dude has been sitting on my desk since I made the Express Starter video. And I was wondering, do the painting guides you get on these sets work? How easy are they to follow? By the way, this is not a sponsored video, I was just feeling genuinely curious about how much, if at all, have painting guides evolved through the years. Let's get cracking. Back in the old days when you got a model, this is all you got, just a list of paints that loosely match the models in the box. Eventually, GW stopped doing it altogether and now you have to use an app. And it's not even that good if I'm honest, but realistically the idea is not to get you to paint like the heavy metal team, so I guess it's okay. Then you get some people doing very original stuff like Redgrass Games that have these super cool booster packs. When you open them, you get these super cool step-by-steps done by incredible painters. Some are simple, others are more complicated, but all are super cool. This is a great idea and also very fun to collect them. On the upper echelon of the hobby, you have people like Mark Masclans, one of the best painters in the world. When you buy one of his busts, you get a card like this. On the back, there is a QR code that I am blocking for obvious reasons that will take you to a full video tutorial. That's hours of content from one of the most amazing and talented painters ever. This is incredible, but it's obviously not for everyone. So I wonder what a brand like Vallejo can do on their sets. And since you get a brush in the box as well, I'm going to use that too instead of my own. We have our model with some blue tack on our holder. I love these holders by Mandrake Miniatures, they are great. Go check him out if you want, he makes really cool stuff. The first step is quite simple, it's just doing a base coat on the skin. I think the Mini is really well picked because it has incredible amount of texture all over his body and doesn't have too much detail. Having it primed is just a delight. You can use this as a gift for someone and they won't need anything else. Which I think is great to see if someone might be interested in getting into the hobby. This is a one purchase step into a hobby they might like. While I do that base coat, allow me to talk about my sponsor today, Miniswap. Miniswap have been supporting me for a while now, and for this video they asked me to do something different. Instead of a normal ad read, they wanted my feedback on their product and what features I would like to see. Personally, my favorite part of the site is their search function, which is connected to their catalog, so you can find all the information about that product, like release date, contents, etc. It's amazing as a resource in itself, and having the retail price there makes it super easy to compare with the listing prices to see if they are a good offer. The only thing I don't like is that right now, if your location is not supported, you can't even see the listings. I personally would like to see them. The company is already planning catalog expansions beyond GW like Star Wars Legion, Battletech and even hobby supplies. Most importantly for me, international shipping and support to the European Union is coming next year. One feature I would love to have is a network to connect expert painters looking for venues to do classes in. A place where you can sign in and see what locations in that area offer that service, what equipment they have and how many spaces they offer, and contact them easily to arrange a class, or even having their calendars uploaded so you can just book a spot right there. Students could even use the service to book a class they like. I think the possibilities are amazing. If you used Miniswap before, leave a comment about your experience and what else you think could be added to the platform. Sign up using the link below to get 0% commission fees for your first 90 days as a seller and also free shipping on your first order. And let's get swapping. Again, I think the choice of model is absolutely perfect, and I think it's also a very important part of a successful instruction manual or instruction booklet or leaflet or however you want to call it, because a good model will emphasize the strengths of the paints in the box. In this case, it does that very well. We also find the first instruction that if not following this guide, I might do differently, which is, it says to apply a mix of this untemplar white to create a transition between the scales and the rest of the skin. If I were to do this myself, I would just feather out this paint now to create that gradient in one step. But of course, this is aimed at people starting in the hobby, so I totally get that they don't go for complicated techniques. I made a mix of 1 part Templar White and 1 part Mystic Blue, and I'm going to apply this now to the other sections. The problem I have with this mix is, as you can see, the Mystic Blue is so powerful that it overpowers the white. And I've done this with drops. This is 1 drop Mystic Blue, 1 drop of the other color. So I would probably do the mix in a different proportion. I'm guessing my choice would be something like 2 parts of each. Now for the next step, I'm going to use willow bark, which I have to paint all of the furry bits with. My only caveat is you clearly have to paint the boots as well, but they forgot to do it in this picture. It's not a big mistake, and I think most everyone will understand that, because it's clearly the same color, but it's still worth pointing out. Again, it's a really large surface, but it's so nicely textured that it's going to look really, really good, even if you don't have the best level painting. I will say this time with this small brush, doing all of this massive cape was a little bit of pain, because the brush is quite small and thin. But I guess you have to strike a balance between the different user levels. I would prefer a really large brush, and these Vallejo ones, even the synthetic ones, are pretty decent. But I guess for someone with less experience, it would be better to use a smaller brush. This mix is really good. I quite like that, actually. It's a lovely mix. And I'm not going to wait for everything to dry because, you know, I just got this kit, I waited for the skin, now I'm getting impatient, I just want it finished. And, you know, new people sometimes are like that, so I'm going to be less careful now. Just going to apply all of my colors. What I do like is this guide uses a lot of the colors, which is something that it's also really good. It's really complicated because there are a lot of different colors. We're talking about 12 different colors, so using them all might be really difficult, if not impossible, but they do manage to use, I think, all but 4 or 3, and that's great. It says to mix 1 part brown with 1 part water. That can be a little bit difficult, so I'm going to do my best. Without any waiting, I'm going to move on to the green, which is just that tabard. I've said this before, but I love a snake green. It's lovely, lovely paint. Now it's time for iceberg gray. This will be applied in all of the steel details. I always forget what a nice color this iceberg gray is. I never use it. It's really lovely. So everything is now dry, and it's time for the last step, which involves the red. And that will be done on all of the gems, including this bone here on the head. For whatever reason, that is red. I just turned the page. I thought I was done, and I just turned the page and I realized there is one more step that is not on the other page. So we have all of these steps here, and you think you're done, but you have one more on the other side. That can be a little bit confusing. I can see how some people might miss this last step. So let's just do that, which is painting the horns and the base. I was a little bit confused that they didn't told us how to do the base, and I'm glad I was wrong. Honestly, I was just going to film the end of the video without the last details. And for the base, we're just mixing orc skin and willow bark. There you go. Not bad. All in all, if you compare it with the picture, I think that is pretty dang good and pretty close. This is by far the best step-by-step guide I've seen yet in a paint set. I made some mistakes on purpose, like not letting the paint dry when I did another layer, just to simulate what a beginner will do. But to be fair, they tell you to avoid doing that in the guide. This guide is incredibly comprehensive. I think Vallejo did a great job here. I think this should be the standard quality and detail for painting guides in products, especially for the starter sets like this one. Again, this is not sponsored by Vallejo, I am just impressed. I really hope all paint companies start making quality extras such as this for their sets. The easier it is for new people to enter the hobby, the better for all of us as a community. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget that if you like my videos and want to help me make them, you can follow me on social media. You have the links to all my social media in the description below and in the pinned comment of this video. Share and like this video, but most importantly, there is Patreon and channel members. Patrons and members allow me to do all the cool videos that I want to make, and most importantly, they allow me to keep releasing videos for free here on YouTube. Perks include access to an amazing Discord community full of lovely people, access to many more Patreon exclusive videos, and also private one-on-one online classes. Help me and join the list of the coolest persons in the planet, including Third Phase Studios, 9 Wall 1 Horses, Adam Carroll, Adam Thaxton, Agon David, Al, Alejandro Gomez Rueda, Andy, Andrei Pavel, Andrei Michensko, Angelos Alexio, Anthony Harrell, Antoine Darbon, Arjet Lam, Arjuna, Avery Swanson, Bartosz Badensky, Benjamin Seguin, Big BR83, Bob Landrich, Bransky, Chase, Charles Armintas, Chris G, Chris Lewis, Chris Padmore, Christophe Moret, Christopher Cureton, Christopher Waterford, Kieran O'Murthail, Copper, Cristalios, Dan Mako, Dana Jatsia, Daniel Pitch, Daniel Ramin, Darcy Farrar, Dave Griffiths, David Smith, Derek Dunbar, Dr. Cathaber, Dr. V, Emily Queen Sloth, Emeron Stewart, Felix Franke, Fergal, Philip Hueca, Francis Harbord, Gareth Smith, Gary Hewitt, GeForce, Heath Hathaway, Howard Holdville, Hyde Anderson, Ian, Jacob Morris, Jake Staines, James Adams, Jan, Jason Lantrip, Jason Weber, Javi Mota, Jay Jones, Dave Wenkel, Jimmy McL, John W, John Shute, Jorge Pardo Serrano, Justin May, Just Rex, Carl Jones, Kevin Marshall, Kevin Sulars, Killaman21, Lafarel, Renald Lindemann, Lugubrious Canhole, Mad Max, Mailbox 2112, Manuel Martinez Lavin, Mark Jarvis, Matt Watson, Marcus Bessa, Mateus Babiuk, Matt Wallace, Matthew Lang, Matthew McClellan, Michael Bro, Michael Holtz, Mick, Nasser Luta, Netius Maximus, Nicholas David, One Gnarly Dude, Oscar Jonathan Thornberg, Pablo Cuesta, Painted by Tainted, Palas Cat, Phil Boinsk, Rand Username, Richard St. Pierre, Robert Fuller, Rory Clean, Ryan Horkins, Sheen, Sebastian A, Speaker Dad, Spicy Joe, Square Wave, Stavro, Stephen K, Stephen Witoek, Tyrek, Terry Denham, 3Gs, Tomás, Tomoso Quinoso, Tyler Hughes, Venture, Seth27, Soil CFET, Oscar Serain Bebia, and Stephen Zimmerman. And as for me, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!